Welcome. So I'm going to show you step by step how you can literally guaranteed increase your SaaS MRR in 30 to 60 days with free Google traffic. Now it's going to be a somewhat boring video, but that's just life, right? If you want to do the hard stuff is boring sometimes, right? Trust me, if you follow along, watch this video step by step and actually implement the stuff that I'm about to tell you, you're going to make a lot of money. So here's proof that it works. So this is he screenshots from Ahrefs, a software that tracks your traffic. This is the traffic just to our SaaS blog, okay, just for the oursas.com/blog, okay, so not to the homepage. And this is our current monthly recurring revenue. Now, I have to hide this because we stopped sharing revenue numbers. If you do go back in the channel, or if you do go back maybe on Twitter, I don't know, you'll find how much money we were making. Again, we stopped sharing it because of a bunch of stuff that I think I already discussed. Again, this translates into this. Now, of course, it's not a direct correlation because there's a bunch of other ways in which we get traffic, like YouTube and all the other places. But again, proof it works is that you get traffic in to your site via Google organically for free, and you make more money. Now, quick note here, right? Traffic is a vanity metric, right? Because this number here, it could be like 1 billion a month in traffic, right? But if the people coming to the site weren't really ready to buy anything, it would be quite pointless. Now, it could even be just down here, like at 250. You could be making more money with a 250 a month traffic than with a billion a month in traffic, right? Because it's not necessarily about the traffic number. It's about the quality of the traffic. And you get high quality traffic by ranking for keywords that have high buying intent. Now, let's cover all that, so don't worry. Now, here's a 2 simple step process to getting your site ranked higher on Google, right, and making more money with your SaaS, right? First things first is to rank your site number 1 for high buying intent keywords. And here's what I mean by high buying intent keywords. So you basically, right, have to know that the perfect keywords to rank for, so the perfect, when people search for on Google, right, the keywords they search for on Google, right, the perfect keywords you want your site to show up for or to rank for are low competition keywords with buyer awareness. Here's an example, right? For example, let's say you have a SaaS that is like a CMS, like WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, for example, it's Webflow, right? People searching on Google for Webflow alternative, cheaper, so quality here, SaaS alternative, right? Free, so quality here, SaaS alternative. Webflow, so versus a comparison, right? Is Webflow better than WordPress? Webflow pricing, so an informational based keyword. Does Webflow allow you to do XYZ, right? How to do XYZ in Webflow. So all these people, all the people searching for this on Google are already very aware of their market, their problems, right? For example, this one right here, Webflow alternative, right? Someone searching for this on Google most likely has tried Webflow. Most likely they didn't like something about it, whether it's the pricing, the features, whatever, right? And they're actively looking for an alternative. So this keyword right here, even though it might get like low search volume, so most likely this keyword right here, Webflow alternative, has much less search volume than, for example, CMS or site builder or free site builder, right? The keyword free site builder has a lot more traffic, so it's much more competitive, right? So don't just look at the traffic number, look at the buying intent, because all that matters is the buying intent, right? The intent of buying behind the search. So again, someone searching for Webflow alternative has such a higher intent of buying because they're actively looking for an alternative. Here's another example for like a local business, for example, right? And I give this example oftentimes. Let's say, for example, I have an iPhone repair shop. So people, before they come into my shop, right, they come into my shop, but first they come into my website. So they come into the website, right? And then they come into my shop where I basically repair their iPhones, okay? People can come in by searching, for example, for where to repair an iPhone or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone. But they also can come in by searching for how to repair an iPhone. Now the keyword how, let's say, has 10K searches per month, right? And the sum of these 2 keywords, the where and how much, only have like 1K, right? You'd think, maybe let's target this keyword. No, right? Because the buying intent of someone searching for where, right, or how much, right? People searching for this want to have someone fix their iPhone for them, while someone searching for how, most likely they want to do it themselves. So there's no intent of buying here. It's more of an informational type of keyword. And so even though this gets you more traffic, the intent behind the search, right, is not there. So for example, we have a bunch of competitors that get more traffic than us, but the traffic we get is for high buying intent keywords. This is how important this is. And hopefully this example makes sense right here. So anyone searching for these keywords, right, is really actively looking for an alternative. So the pricing, okay, they know what Webflow is, they're looking for pricing. What if your own SaaS ranks for this keyword right here? but more on that later on. I just want to understand that this is very important. So again, your goal here is to target your competitors' branded keywords, which gets you an aware market with high buying intent as well as low keyword difficulty, because usually branded keywords have low search difficulty. Now, here's, again, I'll go over this step by step, don't worry. That's the very first step. Again, I'll break it down further later on. The second step is to convert the traffic, right, into paying SaaS subscribers, okay? Now, let's go over step one, ranking your site on Google for high buying intent keywords. So again, our goal here is to create these pages the right way, and they'll rank almost instantaneously. So these are the three types of pages we're going to be creating: informational pages, comparison pages, and alternative pages, okay? And again, we're going to be creating these pages, right? And the goal of these three pages, these types of pages, is to rank them for high buying intent keywords. And because these pages will rank for high buying intent keywords with low search volume, so low competition, you don't need to do much other than just writing the content. Yeah, you'll need to do some link building and do some technical SEO, which I'll give you guides on how to do it. But just by creating these pages, just by default, they'll rank on the first page. And then you have to do some extra SEO work, to rank them higher. But just the creation of the page, just the proper content that's developed on the page should be enough, okay? Now, here's what I mean. And before I go into each one of these three right here, the goal is to create informational pages, comparison pages, and alternative pages. So informational pages basically provide better information on your competitors than them. Here's an example. If you go on Google and search for PayPal fees, right? Who's going to show up? Wise, okay? Wise shows up, and on a lot of searches, right, related with PayPal information, so fees calculator, for example, Wise shows up. Actually, PayPal shows up, doesn't even show up, right? So these right here get all the traffic from people that are looking for informational based content on PayPal. They go to these sites, right? And the amount of information and the amount of value these pages bring to the users is much better than whatever PayPal has in their documentation. So if you just do, for example, PayPal conversion rate, okay, boom, this shows up second, Wise shows up third. So they're stealing a ton of traffic from PayPal because their content is so much better than actual PayPal's. And again, I cannot find really a keyword right now where, look at this, right? This is not good enough. People will click this, right? But this is so much more in depth with an actual calculator. And again, there's a lot of instances where PayPal shows not first, not second, not third, even lower down the page for informational based keywords. So people searching for questions regarding their PayPal account. And so all these competitors, because Wise is a competitor of PayPal, are stealing their traffic, right? And so your goal here is to create informational pages, so pages that have information about whichever product it is that you're targeting better than what your competitors have. So look at their documentation, look at what the pages are ranked for, and then write it in a better way with more information. Not just more information, but make it more convenient. Maybe add a calculator, maybe add an image, maybe add a video, right? So again, we'll go over examples of this right now in a second here. Then comparison pages. So the goal here is to rank for a variety of BOFU keywords. BOFU stands for, bottom of the funnel. We'll go over that in a second here. And then alternative pages. So you just basically compare one or multiple alternatives. You target multiple keywords like cheaper, faster, simpler with XYZ features. So let's go over this right now. So for the informational pages, right? Again, you just target competitors. So if you're Wise, for example, you target competitor, PayPal. Okay, so you optimize for competitors' informational content. So keywords who their current customers are already searching for. Again, key here. You optimize the page to rank for keywords their current customers are already searching for. Okay, so think about a product you use online right now. Think about a question you have about that product in mind. If you have a question for it, you most likely search it on Google, right? And then hit enter, right? And instead of that software showing up, a competitor of that software shows up first with better information than the actual original software has on the issue. Hopefully this makes sense. Okay, and again, the Wise PayPal example is very good. They also outrank Revolut for a bunch of their questions. So this is a very good example. If I do, for example, Revolut fees, right? Surely Revolut should show up first right here. Revolut versus Wise. Okay, so Reddit, Revolut, Wise, Revolut, Wise. Okay, so it's interchangeable, right? And surely they steal a ton of traffic from them as well. Okay, so because the information here is maybe more in depth than whichever it is that Revolut is doing. Okay, so this goes a long way. So creating better informational content than what your competitors have, right? And this allows you to steal traffic that's already using competitors' products and maybe isn't really very happy with them, or maybe people that are not yet using them but want to use them, and then they see your product explaining how the other products work better than the actual them, right? And could be a way to, I guess, steal that traffic to your site. Hopefully this is making sense, okay? Then comparison page is pretty obvious, right? You basically do competitor one versus competitor two, competitor one versus you, okay? So not only do you compare your competitors between each other, you compare competitors between yourself as well. So you create, for example, Webflow versus WordPress, WordPress versus Wix, for example, right? So you compare all the competitors between each other, and then you and all the competitors itself. So you optimize for competitor brand names, their info and features. And the pages should go over what competitor one is, what competitor two is, and then a comparison between both. Here's an example. If you just do, for example, if you go to our blog on Journalist AI, for example, this right here, it's a comparison between our product and the competitor, right? We just basically compare with a table of contents, so all this, right, with actual tables, so with images. I think there's even a video of me going, not on this one, but I think there's a video on one of these comparison pages going over all these, both of these products right here, and then a comparison between both. So again, you create the comparison page, and these pages, right, because they basically talk about the competitor, right, basically talk about you, basically do comparison between both, it's inevitable that all of them will have a bunch of features on what this one does, what this one doesn't, and they'll rank for keywords related with the competition. So the pricing, so this tool pricing, these tool features, because this comparison page should have info on all of them. It should be super in-depth. And this isn't a very good example because it's not really very in-depth, but it should be better, right? But again, we talk about their pricing, their features, what they do, and then a comparison between both, right? So again, your goal here is to write a comparison page so good that when someone's searching for them, for these keywords, your page will show up. And again, people searching for these keywords, so Slack or WordPress versus Webflow, or Webflow versus Squarespace, someone searching for those keywords, the buying intent they have is so high because they know they're problem aware, so they know two solutions, right? And they're ready to make a decision, so, right? People searching for that, that's the only destination they'll face. Hopefully this is making sense. And then of course the classic alternative pages. So competitor alternative or you alternative. Actually do it even with your brand name. Here's an example. So Slack alternative. Slack's for XYZ business. Cheaper, so right here, alternative to Slack. Faster, so adjective right here, alternative to Slack. Slack for XYZ. Or is there a tool like Slack that allows you to do XYZ? So basically, so in essence, right, you're leveraging the competitors' names, right? And again, someone searching for competitor alternative, they're again actively looking for an alternative. Maybe they're not happy with this for whichever reason it is, right? They're not happy with it. So it's your job to provide a good alternative, right? And so again, these pages are optimized for alternative search terms. And again, the page goes over what competitor one is, and then an in-depth alternative of all of the other competitors. Here's an example. So if I go here to open this up right here, so 10 best competitor alternatives. So it goes over, right, what the competitor is, what it is, right? If they're free, their pricing options, right? All their key features, right? And then it goes over the 10 alternatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So again, it goes over not just alternatives, right? It goes over what the competitor is and then the alternatives. And this first part right here allows this page, these alternative pages, to be relevant for a bunch of your competitors' keywords, like pricing, features, right? And so you're building this amazing authoritative page that again, ranks for a bunch of your competitors' keywords, right? And as well as alternative-based keywords. So these three types of pages, informational pages, comparison pages, and alternative pages, all these three types of pages will rank for informational-based, this one right here, informational-based content. So people searching for questions they have about your competitors, like the pricing, like fees, like feature type things. And so you will rank for keywords of questions that people have about your current competitors quite easily because, again, most likely the only people talking about features of themselves is themselves actually, is actually your competitors. It shouldn't be, it's a bit weird that we would write a better article sort of like promoting our competitors because we were talking so good about them, explaining every single feature, explaining the pricing. But we do that because we don't steal their traffic. And so informational type pages are the ones that are easier to rank because again, you're going to create a bunch of more informational content on your competitors and then you're going to be able to capture all the people that are searching for questions about the competition, they land on your site and they realize you're a better alternative, right? But again, that's step 2, like how to make them realize that you're actually better alternative. Then of course, comparison pages are super easy, or these are easier to convert, not as easy to rank, because again, if someone's searching for comparison between 2 products, they're problem aware. They know what their issue is, they know what the solution is, and the solution stems from using these 2 alternatives. So they're looking, these 2 products basically. So they're looking for which one is better. So they're looking for an in-depth comparison between both. So what is competitor 1, what is 2, and the comparison between both, okay? And this will allow you to rank for a bunch of their brand names, a bunch of their competitors' brand names, as well as their info like pricing and features. Because again, it's gonna be super in-depth comparisons. And then alternative pages, as I said before, right? These alternative pages will allow you to rank for a bunch of, again, your competitors' brand names, features, all that stuff, and the keyword competitor alternative, right? This is huge. Again, someone searching for competitor alternative, they're actively looking to buy something else. So key, all these 3 pages are key right here. And again, they will rank more or less on their own. You can do some link building, you can do some technical optimizations, which I'll leave a link down below for free on how to do all that, like a free course I have recorded. But just by creating the content by itself, it should be enough, okay? So again, repeating this one more time, you're going to create informational-based pages, so provide better info on your competitors than themselves, okay? You're going to be creating comparison pages, so you're going to be ranking for a variety of bottom of the funnel keywords, like the pricing, the features, all that stuff. And then you're going to create alternative pages. So you compare just one with one or one with multiple. So you target multiple keywords, so cheaper, faster, simpler, whatever, right? That's what you're going to do with these pages. Now, once you write these pages, again, make sure the content is top tier, right? Again, I'm just giving you what to do. Now it's up to you to actually do it, right? Make sure the content, if you're writing an informational page, right? Make sure that the info on there is actually better than the info on the competitor side. Again, for example, let me give you an example. Again, the why, I guess the PayPal example is way better, right? Why is ranks higher for a bunch more keywords than PayPal, right? Because they actually have a calculator, right? Which is interactive, right? Users prefer this over PayPal's info, right? I mean, it's clear right here, right? And again, for this keyword in specific, PayPal ranked higher, but there's a bunch of keywords where Wise ranks higher. And by the way, even though PayPal ranks higher for this, right, people most likely reach here and say, this kind of sucks. Let me just see what else is ranking there, and they most likely click the second result. And so don't think that just because you rank second, you're not getting any traffic. You're still getting traffic, right? And Google, even though your result might be better than the competition, because it is a branded search, they'll still prioritize branding, the original brand, in order to like prevent sneaky, spammy tactics and basically bad actors. Okay, but just know that even though you're ranking second, your content can still be better than one ranking first. And the only reason why they don't swap is because Google prioritizes branding. So the PayPal.com usually was going to rank most times for most times for branded search terms, but not always. And again, even though if you rank second or third, you're still going to be capturing a ton of traffic from them. And if you look at Wise's SEO strategy, is heavily based on targeting competitor keywords and informational-based content based on the competition. So it's insanely valuable, right? Then for the comparison pages, make sure you actually write them properly, right? If you choose 2 products to compare, right, go over what the first one is in depth, all their features, what they do, what they're good at, what they're not good at, the pricing, all that. Same thing for the second one, and then in the end, the comparison between both, in-depth comparison between both. Add videos if you have to, make sure it's like the holy grail of the comparison between these 2 tools, because that's what's gonna make you rank first. And then the alternative pages, same thing, right? You get the point, right? Basically go over what the first one is, right? The competitor they're looking alternatives for, full text about what they are, and then what alternatives that are available. And do the same thing for you as well, because you never know, like your current customers may be looking for an alternative, so they write your brand name alternative, and then your actual site ranks for that, and then you're able to convey them that, hey, listen, maybe there's not really an alternative for your product. Maybe this is the actual best one, and if you're not happy, just leave us feedback, and we'll help you build this new feature, maybe lower the pricing as well, because you do not want your competitors to rank for these keywords. You want to be ranking for this. You want to be ranking for the keyword, your product alternative, okay? Don't let other people do the same thing you're doing to them. That's basically it. Now, step 2, how do you actually convert the traffic into paying SaaS subscribers? Well, again, most likely if people are already landing on these pages, based on what they search for to land on these pages, the conversion rates here are going to be very high. That being said, you can do some things to make them even higher. And what this is 2 things. I guess I'll start with the second one, is exaggerate on your CTAs. For example, on our blogs, right, we have CTAs everywhere. So if people land here, we have one CTA up top, okay? We have one CTA here, right here. This says dashboard because I'm logged in, right? Then we have one CTA right here, right? That shows up, like it automatically scrolls down as I scroll, always showing, always showing, always showing. And then a CTA at the bottom right here. At the bottom of the article, we have again another CTA. Let's see here, down here. There you go, right? So as you see here, there's a bunch of CTAs everywhere. Again, in a way that makes sense, of course. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 4, 4. Okay. Again, your goal is to convert people that land here. And so you got to show them CTAs as much as you can. So build your blog post, build your site in a way that shows the actual CTA. Otherwise, you just get pointless traffic. Because again, the whole goal is to convert people into paying customers. Okay. Now, second thing is to embed interactive tools with lead magnets. This should improve your CTR. So interactive tools, right? Here's an example. Take a look at this, right? This is a little tool right here that I can embed on my site that says which AI is best for my niche, right? And people can put in here their niche. So let's just do, for example, plumber. If I click here, which AI is best for my niche, and by the way, I can embed this in my blog post, my pages, right? It says here, if you're a plumber looking for an AI writing tool, I highly recommend you using Journalist AI. And like this competitor, which lacks whatever, Journalist AI has XYZ. It's SEO capability, whatever. So it's basically selling your tool for you. And so this is, by the way, done. You just click here to embed the code in your site, right? And you can do this. You can prompt this tool, right, to promote your product. So in these pages, alternative pages, comparison pages, you can just embed the tool here and say, hey, listen, still not satisfied? Use this free tool that will tell you which AI is best for your specific needs. So you're basically creating these interactive tools that are very rare actually, but that let people interact with your site. Just like, for example, Wise right here has this interactive calculator, right? You can more or less do the same thing. You can do calculators with this as well, right? You can do, for example, a mortgage calculator. For example, I'll show you here right here. I had this site that was this blog post about, should I buy a Tesla as my first car? And I embedded this tool right here, which basically got me free advice on insuring my first Tesla. So I just say, I drove the car for 10 years. I'm 45 and 2 past crashes. So you can use these free tools to recommend financing options, right? Do a bunch of stuff, right? And by the way, this is great, but you can shorten the text. Then you can also capture the email, right? So it gives them advice. You can do BMI calculators, you can do meal plans, you can do mortgage calculators, you can do financing options, it's basically endless, the possibilities you can do with this just by prompting here your tool. What I did here essentially was, okay, tell the user which AI writer they should use, right? Always recommend our tool. Your answer shouldn't be more than 50 words. Make the answer tailored to their input. Make the answer SEO tailored. Tell them why they shouldn't use a competitor. Okay, and there you go. That's you got what you saw. You can change the input if you like, right? It shows there. You can change the button text. You can also collect emails because, again, for example, you can say they can click here and they say, okay, the best alternative is Journalist AI, and then you can say with the input with an email capture, say, hey, listen. Get 3 free articles, get a free subscription if you gave us your email. Boom. Then you collect emails and the emails will show up here in the lead form. Now that's a bit more advanced, but my goal here is to show that if you embed these tools, these interactive tools with these lead magnets, it should improve your conversion rates. Because again, it's not just a boring blog post or a boring site page. It's an actual page they can interact with. So it's a two-sided relationship, not just one-sided. And so these free tools, again, you can basically prompt it to do whatever you want. You don't just need to do this, but you could include this in your comparison pages. You can do literally infinite things. And I'll leave a link down below of a video where I'll show you what else you can do with this. I did, for example, this one for a plumbing site. Let's do this, for example. Let's say, for example, you're a plumber, right? I know this has nothing to do with SaaS, but let's say, for example, you're a plumber, right? You embed this in your site, right, to get an instant quote, right, of how much it is to fix whatever issue people have. So people come to your site and say, my toilet is, my kitchen pipes broke. How much does your company charge? Get instant quote, right? And then they can see, okay, to fix kitchen pipes, we usually charge from $150 to $400. Boom, there you go, interactive. And then you can say, have a confirmation message saying, hey, call us for a free quote. Call us and we'll be there in 1 hour, right? You click call and they call you. So interactive things, a two-sided relationship. These interactive tools that allow users to interact with your site, I guess this is a bit redundant there, but they go a long way because nobody's doing it, okay? So to sum it up, you create SaaS SEO tailored pages. So you create informational pages, comparison pages, and alternative pages targeting high buying intent keywords. This is very important. The buying intent here is important. And you don't even need to do much keyword research, because by default, the keywords these three types of pages rank for will already have high buying intent, excuse me. Then you rank them on Google. Again, these pages rank by themselves due to the low keyword competition, convert traffic into customers. The conversion rates are higher than usual because of chosen keywords on the bottom of the funnel and bottom of the funnel content, excuse me. Again, by default, these pages, they'll rank quite easily because of the low traffic, low competition, and the keywords they're ranking for already have high buying intent. Thus, by themselves, the conversion rates will be much higher than any other page. Okay. Now, why are we targeting our competitors' branded keywords? Well, people searching for branded search terms are already market or problem aware. So this gets you access to people who know what your product does. On top of that, branded keywords tend to have low search volumes, meaning low difficulty. And why isn't traffic important? Well, traffic, like I said before, can be a vanity metric. The only thing that matters is how many people you can convert from traffic you get. So by targeting bottom of the funnel keyword, meaning keywords from market problem aware users, you're much more likely to convert them into paying customers for your own product. So keywords like their brand names, their features, their pricing, right? Comparison alternatives, right? Now, why are we building informational pages? Well, again, we optimize for competitors' informational content. So keywords who their current customers are already searching for. So current customers, people who are already problem aware, market aware, so right? And the pages cover information existing competitors' customers search for on Google, getting us traffic already in the market for buying a tool. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Why are we building comparison pages? Well, again, we optimize for competitors' brand names, their info and features. So these pages cover what each competitor does, their pricing, their features, and anything else that's relevant about their products. And then in an in-depth comparison between both, right? So these pages rank for search terms where people searching for them are very, very, very problem aware, thus in the market to buy a tool, right? That's what a comparison page is. And finally, why are we building alternative pages? Well, we optimize for alternative search terms. These pages cover what competitors do, their pricing, their features, and anything else that's relevant about their products. And then they go over a better alternative. So in this case, your product, the alternative should be your product. So these pages rank for search terms where people searching for them are very problem aware, thus in the market for buying a tool. Pretty simple. And why are we embedding lead magnets into the pages? Well, by embedding custom tools into your pages, users can directly interact with, you're creating a unique experience for them, okay? And this uniqueness and ability to dynamically interact with your brand is proven to increase conversion rates, okay? That's essentially it right now. Now, question on your mind should be, okay, that's great, but how do I create the content for these pages? Well, you can use Journalist AI. So the tool that I showed you that you could use, you can generate these lead magnets with, you can also generate content. So tryjournalist.com is a tool. Now, it basically does and a bunch of other stuff like auto blogging, AI SEO editor, automatic linking, keyword monitor, a bunch more stuff. But the main reason why you're going to be using it right now is for article generation. Now, you might be asking, yeah, but why don't I just use ChatGPT? Well, great question. You could, but the work would be subpar. Reason being is because ChatGPT, right? Actually, ChatGPT doesn't have a knowledge base functionality. And what this is basically you can essentially upload info to Journalist AI. So you can feed the AI with info about who your competitors are. So if I go here real quick to knowledge base, I can create a new knowledge base. I can call it whatever I want, right? And then I can feed it with, let's see here, I can feed it with multiple assets. So plain text, PDF documents, a website, a YouTube channel, and in the future video files and audio files. So I can essentially feed this AI with a bunch of context about my brand, my competitor's brand, infinite stuff. So when it's writing articles with AI, it knows what to write, and how to properly optimize the articles for the keyword that you want to target. Okay, that's the very first thing. The ability to have an actual knowledge base you can upload stuff to and improve over time. ChatGPT, there's no ability to give custom instructions or context. It doesn't allow you to use your own images. There's no SEO tailored editor. There's no internal linking. There's no automation. There's no social sharing. There's no lead magnets, which was the one that I showed you before. Let me just show you real quick an article that I generated a couple hours ago. And this is all done with AI, by the way. Let me just see here, for example, this one right here. So it's a competitor versus competitor, right? If I click on view, right? This is all done with AI, by the way. It gives me a table of contents, image right here, proper key takeaways, right? In article images. There's also internal links, external links, there should be also a video down here going over, there you go, a video right here going over the two, neural writer versus Surfer SEO. So it's not just a random video, it's actually a video going over both these two competitors, which we are comparing neural writer versus Surfer SEO. And again, all this article talks about that. Even the in-article video talks about a comparison between both. There's internal links, so there's links to competitors, there's links to our internal pages, there's in-article images. So all this is done with AI. And if I don't like something, I just open this up right here. Let's say some info is wrong right here. Let's say, for example, this is a bit, there's no actual links here, so I'm just do this, boom, and add links. Now the AI will read through the article as a whole, read through this paragraph and find the best places to add links to. So I can just, boom, add all these links right here. There you go, boom. Took me like 5 seconds. And yes, of course, you can do this manually, but while we're doing, you can just use AI. Let's say, for example, this is a bit too long, and just do this, make it shorter, because I think my readers want to see this a bit shorter. And the AI is making to make it shorter. Let's say, for example, I don't like this info like this. I want to make it into a table. You can make this info into a table if you like. Okay, there you go. I don't know why you want to, because it look a bit weird, but you can do that. Let's say, for example, I don't like really this. I just do add a dog, right? Doesn't make much sense here, but you can basically prompt the AI images to change with your own custom prompts, and you can do whatever you want. Now, adding a dog here won't make much sense, so I'm curious as to what, there you go, doesn't make much sense, but again, you get my point, you can change things around, right? You can literally select a part of the text and say, let's just do, for example, write this as an SEO nerd. You can even give it custom prompts. Let's say, for example, it's missing some keywords. You go here to add keywords and add my product, or product name, for example, so you can insert your product name in there, right? You can sprinkle in keywords you want with the AI. You can just download this, or you can just straight post it to your site with a click of a button. Just select your site right here and click publish, and it'll go straight to your site. So this is the freedom and the levels of automation this AI, journalist AI, offers over ChatGPT. And again, the biggest one will be, out of all these automations, the lead magnets that you saw before, the ability to syndicate your content, social media, the automation, the internal linking, the editor, will be the knowledge base right here, which is key to writing proper content, is to have as much context as you can about whatever competitors or whatever brands you're writing about. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. I know I spoke very fast. I know I stumbled upon my words, but hopefully you got my point. This is how you increase your MRR for your SaaS with free Google traffic. It's by writing these 3 types of pages: info-based pages, comparison pages, and alternative pages. That's the way to go. Like, subscribe, check out Journalist AI. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you want a coupon code, right, log in and click here the support and say, hey, listen, I came from this video from Vasco's YouTube channel. Give me a coupon code. And the guys will hook you up with the coupon code. Cheers, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.